Welcome to Summit. And it's thrilling to be here on this beautiful London spring blue sky days, and we've got the warmth of great growth stories for you here all day today. It's amazing that in the space of a year, when we first started thinking about this idea, Britain was in a very different place. But if you look at even just this week, as if it couldn't have been better on cue, the Evening Standard talked about Britain's feel-good factor is growing. Look at the Ipsos Mori Economic Optimism Index from this week, the highest level in its 36-year history. Look at employment growing at the fastest rate in 43 years. And who would have thought a year ago that we'd finish up as the fastest growing economy in the G7? Optimism's back on the agenda. Growth is back on the agenda. I think it's fair to say that Britain is back in business. Now, a very famous Prime Minister once talked of the winds of change. Right now, Britain's entrepreneurs are delivering nothing short of a hurricane of change. We've gone from the brink of triple dip even, onto the road of a AAA rating, from a society of employees to a nation of entrepreneurs, and from a slowdown economy to something which we might well be calling in a couple of years the beginnings of the Great Recovery. And I think this has been delivered by that startup culture. And now we're looking to that nation of scale-ups, actually how we build British world beaters. So today is all about explosive growth. It's all about the ideas that can help challenge and inspire the future. And it's a future which is being created right now. The S&P 500 estimates that 2/3 of the businesses that are going to make up its members in the next 10 years haven't even been created yet. There might be people here today that are going to create those businesses of the future, those explosive growth winners. Right now, that future's there to be fought for. So we want to thank you, our founder representatives, for being here today for the launch of what we see as nothing short of a movement for game-changing ideas, a movement for growth and innovation. And we want this to become an annual Davos for entrepreneurs right here in London. We're delighted to be hosted by Bloomberg. It's truly one of the world's leading media companies, and we couldn't be in a better place. Most people think of Bloomberg as one of the great institutions of the media, which indeed it is, the Corinthian pillars, 146 news bureaus in 72 countries. But it's perhaps its entrepreneurial heritage. I mean, this is a business that has been created in under a generation. It's a great partner to have when you think of the heritage of Michael Bloomberg, the 3-term New York mayor. And he's so entrepreneurial that he was recently described by The Spectator as having far too much ambition to settle for the Oval Office. And actually here he's actually stated he wants our entrepreneurial heritage to be a big part of the Bloomberg offer. We have been working with some brilliant sponsors and partners who have made today possible. Coots and RBS, NatWest, Wandisco, the London Stock Exchange, and Trampoline Systems. And each one of our brilliant sponsors has made a really important part in terms of making today possible, from the launch of Summit at the London Stock Exchange earlier this week to what you see here today in these magnificent surroundings. So what have we got in store today? Well, let me tell you, on your seats, you can see a range of material from the new world and the old world, bit of decent print and an iPad. And what we've got there is the new report, Growth Britannia, which is going to champion the entrepreneurial opportunity. And that's going to be launched to you this morning. We're going to unveil a growth map of the UK that Trampoline Systems have been working from. And you're going to hear from some of the best minds in business. From the creator of the Tesco Club Card to the founder of Cobra Beer, from the Robin Hood of the energy industry to the big data pioneer and global leaders in viral videos. Those who have and continue to lead brands including Dyson, Cobra, Pizza Express, Ella's Kitchen and Leon. You're going to hear from speakers, from educators to economists, from leaders in government to leaders in the royal family. But perhaps most importantly, you're going to hear from the leaders of the future. Coding is our lingua franca. Coding is going to be what makes Britain great, we feel. And we want to use Summit as a platform to spread that knowledge. Right now, we have 24 brilliant young students from further education colleges who are going to learn from the best for what the future looks like. They're in the corner. I think we should welcome them, ladies and gentlemen. And what we know is that a big part of the entrepreneurial skill base is going to be digital. And we've got the absolutely brilliant Catherine Parsons from Decoded, who you're going to see later on, the superstar, who's going to teach the world the importance of coding and digital skills, and indeed is on a one-woman mission to do that with her brilliant team. And she's going to take these Gazelle students from the entrepreneurial colleges that make up the Gazelle Student Network, these education innovators. They're going to be there today building those digital skills, coding. We're going to hear from them during the day to see where they get to, and indeed the sort of work that they do. Transformational time. We're going to keep the show on the road, not only by me, you'll be glad to know. I have two absolutely outstanding broadcast professionals. Katie Derham, who is, as many of you know, the host of The Proms, the BBC Radio 3 presenter, and was ITN's youngest ever newsreader. Anna Edwards is the anchor of Bloomberg's flagship pre-market show, Countdown, and they will be handling the sessions during the day. We want to hear from you, our founding representatives today, and we're going to be taking your collective views on the iPads that you see. You need to, they're not a takeaway present, as Lord Young seems to think. They are indeed there for you to register and sign up to. We've got questions that are going on throughout the day, but there's also an absolute host of great material on there, from the reports, the speaker biographies, to the agenda. Then we're going to have the innovatively called iBreaks, and you can take time to answer the questions at the light boxes outside. So you'll see that there are light boxes that are being hosted by a number of our sponsors, and on there we've got some questions where we want to build the data sample in terms of getting a really unique snapshot of your views here today. And you can join the discussion by tweeting us on @SummitGrowth and #FutureOfGrowth. And the challenge we want to address is this: can Britain's entrepreneurs build world-beating companies? Are they in fact doing it already? Where will the talent to fuel that growth come from? And how will these businesses be funded? What are the prospects for London and, critically, the growth cities across the country? And above all, do we really have the culture and ambition needed to succeed in this fast-paced world? Perhaps there's no better way for me to finish than the phrase of David Richards, the chief executive of WANdisco, who said in Growth Britannia, "There's no reason we can't build the next Google or Facebook in the UK." And that, indeed, is the challenge. Can Britain build killer companies like Google? Let's find out. This is Summit, the future of growth. Thank you.